it should settle the F down. What's going on, you guys? This is Antonio from Motor Mavens, and I'm here with my friend Kiri. And today I'm test driving the all-new Mazda 3 2.5 Turbo, and it's all-wheel drive. She used to have a Mazda 3, a white Mazda 3 hatch, just like this one. But it's totally different.
Big butt.
Let's take a closer look at the car. I was obviously super excited when Mazda sent me an email inviting me to test drive their all-new 2021 Mazda 3 2.5 Turbo hatchback. During the 3 days I had the car, I got to test drive it on canyon roads, city streets, driving it through LA traffic. I did a long drive to San Diego, and I even picked up a friend of mine who used to own a previous generation white Mazda 3 hatchback just to see what her reactions were. Well, thanks for cruising with me right now. I mean, what do you think? What do you think about this thing so far? Like with the interior and all that?
So different. Like it is like the. I don't see how it could. I don't see how a Mazda 3 can get any better, to be honest. Like it's so different from the way that my car is. I can't believe it's the same car.
Well, it's like it's a lot more luxurious, right?
Yeah. The red, like the two-tone leather.
Dope,
like,
right?
You know what I appreciate about it? Like more than like Hondas or like Civics and Corollas and things like that, there's a slightly stiffer steering. Yeah. That like, I feel like it just gives me a little bit more control and it's not so, you know?
That's the thing about Mazda is they have, you know, really good, really great handling. So let's see.
And turning radius. Holy cow, dude. The turning radius on this thing?
Yeah.
U-turn, central.
Yeah.
Everywhere, anywhere.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I was super surprised when I got in this thing. So, check this out. I'm gonna put in sport mode right now. This thing, like, I was so surprised. Actually, it's better. All right, we should settle the F down right now. Okay, so so good. All right.
Bye. Thanks, Antonio.
Thank you.
See you in a little.
Have anything in the back or no? Okay. Cool.
That was it.
All right. See you next time.
Thanks.
Later. Bye. While a lot of people might actually compare this new Turbo 3 to the turbocharged Mazda Speed 3 hatchback that came out between 2007 and 2013, this new Turbo 3 actually makes me think of a completely different Mazda. The all-wheel drive turbo Mazda Familia, which was sold in the United States as a Mazda 323 GTX in 1988 and 1989. The first thing that I noticed immediately is the fact that the new Mazda 3 Turbo has a really cool and aggressive front lip spoiler. The thing that I like the best about it is that the front lip is really big and pronounced, and it wraps around the whole front of the car, kind of like an aftermarket BN Sports lip, which the BN Sports bumpers are one of the most popular aero kit brands of all time when it comes to Japanese drifting cultures. Let's talk about the headlights of the car. The headlights of the Mazda 3 Turbo look awesome. They have LED projectors and LED daytime running lights that look really cool with a ring going around the projector light. The headlights also have AFS, which stands for Adaptive Front Lighting System, so projectors actually move when you turn the steering wheel. The cool thing about these headlights is that they'll even turn on your high beams for you automatically when you're driving on a dark stretch of road, and then they turn back to low beams automatically when they sense lights from an oncoming car. Heated power door mirrors are gloss black, and they also have integrated lights on the bottom of the mirror housing that look really nice and sleek, because it's just a small little line. As for the rear taillights, I just love Mazda's new generation taillight design. The thin taillight housings with glowing circles look like mean, aggressive eyes to me. They look so good that I think that design would even look really cool as headlights. The roof wing on the back of the Mazda 3 Turbo also looks really cool. Mazda's engineers are really into modding cars and racing, so the roof wing is actually functional. The Turbo 3 also has dual exhaust tips. It's pretty cool, but nothing too spectacular looking in my opinion though. I'd love to see what aftermarket options are available once the car is brought to market. Speaking of aftermarket, we have to talk about the wheels. The wheels come in factory gloss black, which is not my favorite color, but the shape of them is really cool. They kind of look to me like that banana spoke of an RS Watanabe wheel out of Japan, and I really love those. Those are my favorite brand of wheels for Japanese cars pretty much. For those who want to know, the wheels are 18x7J in a 5x114 lug pattern with a +45 offset. Let's move into the interior of the car. The Mazda 3 Turbo has a really awesome steering wheel. It has a high-end looking chrome Mazda emblem with a small horn pad. I love it. It looks really good. The steering wheel itself is really ergonomic, and the grip itself is wrapped in really soft leather. And one thing that surprised me about the wheel is the fact that it comes heated. I think anyone will tell you that the interior of the Mazda 3 looks really awesome, with the red leather mixed with black. Mazda says that the interior can fit 5 passengers, but I think those rear passengers better be really short. In the center of the dashboard is a really great looking large center display screen. It measures exactly 8.8 inches. The car has HD radio, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. The Mazda 3 Turbo hatchback that I drove came with a Bose premium audio system with 12 speakers, and it sounded amazing. But even better than that, the door panels had this badass brushed aluminum speaker grille with the Bose logos on it. The very last detail of the car that I'll comment on is the windshield wipers and sprayers. The way the car sprays windshield wiper fluid is actually really cool. Instead of having unsightly nozzles on the hood, Mazda actually has fluid lines running next to the wiper blades. So when you hit the spray button, you actually get fluid on your windshields at high speeds. The only thing that sucks about having this type of sprayer is that you can't spray fluid on cars that are tailgating you on the freeway. Now let's talk about the engine. The new Mazda 3 Turbo is powered by a Skyactiv-G 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine. Usually, turbo cars run lower compression pistons like 8.5 or 8.9 to 1 compression, but in this case, Mazda decided to use 10.5 to 1 high compression pistons, which is a compression ratio that you typically find in an all-motor car. And apparently by using these high comp pistons, Mazda says they were able to improve fuel efficiency and build more power from the engine. This new turbo engine has a 6,300 RPM redline, and it makes 250 horsepower and 320 foot-pounds of torque on 93 octane fuel. Here in California, we don't get 93 octane fuel, it's 91, so horsepower ratings are going to be a little bit less. And apparently Mazda has made it possible for you to use even cheap fuel in the car. So if you run 87 octane fuel, it'll make 227 horsepower and 310 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, so all those numbers are cool and everything, but where the Mazda 3 Turbo really shines is how it handles and how it accelerates when you're cornering. This car has the newest evolution of Mazda's iActive all-wheel drive system and G Vectoring Control Plus, which is basically Mazda's software tuning system that controls how the car reacts to your driver input, especially when you're in sport mode. So when you're in sport mode, not only does the engine become more responsive, but the steering response does too. The car automatically will downshift under braking, and it won't upshift mid-corner when you're in a twisty stretch of road. The car will know that you want to keep your RPMs up so you can have enough power to exit the corner. It's super awesome. So what does this all mean in plain English? It means that the Mazda 3 Turbo feels firmly planted even when you dive into turns at high speed and hit canyon roads. It makes you want to late apex every single curve on the road and every single freeway exit. And even though the car is turbocharged, you won't feel turbo lag like you might on the turbo cars of the past. And one way Mazda improved the turbo response is not just by using a smaller turbo that spools faster, but they also use an air-to-water intercooler instead of a standard air-to-air intercooler. So in conclusion, I fell in love with the Mazda 3 Turbo that I got to test drive. I loved the snowflake white pearl mica paint, even though it costs $395 more. The car I drove was actually a 2.5 turbo hatchback with the Premium Plus package, so it was the most expensive version of the car available, and it costs $33,750. But you could get a Turbo 3 as low as $29,900, but that would be a sedan version. As for MPG, the 3 Turbo gets 23 miles per gallon city, 31 highway, and 26 miles per gallon combined, which is not bad for a super fun car like this. I really encourage you to spec out the car on the Mazda website, and even better, actually you should test drive the car, and you'll find that, the Mazda 3 Turbo has a ton of low-end torque, and according to Mazda's powertrain performance manager, Jay Chen, they wanted it to feel almost like you were driving a car with a V6 engine. It's super responsive even when you're not at full throttle, and that throttle response combined with awesome handling and super responsive steering makes the new Mazda 3 Turbo super fun to drive. I loved it. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends. It would really help this channel a lot. And if you have any questions or feedback, please drop me a comment below or hit me up on Instagram at MotorMavens or at Antonio Shershot. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.